I'm Banks.
I'm Josh.
Odd places.
Going viral. Banks, how many times a day do you mouthgasm?
Mouthgasm. That's like when
Yeah.
I eat food that's just like so good.
When you eat
Or
food specifically for taste only, for flavor only, for enjoyment
mm,
only, outside of basic satiety. Of course, every time you eat, there's some basic satiety there,
satiety.
but
I like the word satiety.
it's a tough word, man. How do you say satiety? Satiety?
Satiety. That
I
works
think
for
it's
me.
satiety.
Satiety.
Yeah.
Yeah. Satiety. I've heard also. Um, uh, um, yeah, wow. Most of my eating, I eat out of necessity. I need to eat.
Nutrition.
Yes. And that's when I'm by myself. I'm like, I'm gonna have a salad. I'm gonna have some crackers. Now, about 78% of that is necessity. The other 22% is because it tastes good. Oh, I want some peanut butter. That tastes. Oh, I want that almond. That tastes good. All right. I have noticed though that I eat more. I eat more when I'm eating mindlessly. So I've got to stop, sit down, eat, and not eat and be on my computer, or not eat and watch TV or something like that.
Or what I found works actually, because that's a very good point. If I take the bag of almonds, I don't stop. I just keep eating. So what I do is I take a handful, put the bag away, and
Yeah.
that stays with me when I'm gone. When
Mhm.
it's done, I'm done.
So how many is a handful? Because I take seven. Seven is my number. I take seven of them.
Nah, that's too little. Seven, I can't eat just seven. How do you eat seven almonds? That's
Just
like that's not even an appetizer.
just count them. Just one, two,
How
three,
do you eat?
seven. Seven is a nice. Seven is like the size of like
Here's
a quarter, maybe a golf ball.
here's a handful. You dip it in, and whatever comes out in one hand,
Yeah,
usually
that's a
like a
base.
mound,
Yeah, that's a baseball. Oh
a
gosh,
baseball. Yeah,
that's like
eat
a whole
baseball.
bag for me. That's a whole bag for me.
What? I like almonds. I like
Right.
nuts.
Oh, I do too. I love them. All right. So what about you, Josh? When you eat, how much of it is necessity and how much of it is, make you feel good?
When I cook, it's 98% nutrition. When I cook,
Nice. Hmm.
I don't always cook. So sometimes it's nutrition, or sometimes it's for flavor, or sometimes we go out to eat, right? But vast majority of the time when I cook, the only thing that's in my mind is nutrition. Flavor is important, but not as important as nutrition. Nutrition comes first, flavor comes second, and then almonds come third or something. I don't know.
Okay. Have you ever made something that flavor and nutrition were like neck and neck?
Yeah, that's my goal. My
Yeah.
goal is to, because everyone likes mouthgasms, right? Everyone likes the flavor bursting in their mouth, just like
Mm.
shooting out of all senses.
Hmm. Well, the taste sense, yes,
The
and
yeah, well, taste, smell, texture, like everything. Oh yeah, absolutely. It's not easy to do though. It's a fun challenge. It's a
right,
fun challenge to go do that.
right. I'm growing some right out there. I'm growing some compost tomatoes, and they're seeds that I guess I put. Um, I ate a tomato, and parts of the tomato seeds went into the compost, and the compost ended up growing tomatoes, and I ended up planting the tomatoes, and they're a little cherry or grape, I don't know which. And speaking of explosions in the mouth, you eat them. I mean, I just pick one, I put it in my mouth. My mouth has to be closed because they explode. I mean, they're just like,
Wow.
yeah. I mean, one went up my nose. No, they didn't go up my
You're
nose,
growing
but
you're growing mouthgasms. You're growing
I
bite-sized mouthgasms.
okay. No, and that brings up a
You should
point.
call them that.
Mouthgasms. Your idea of flavor and nutrition. I mean, I think we're going to an area of like foods that are just right off the vine, right off the plant.
Yes, and will that tomato honestly ever compare to like a slice of pizza as far as overall like just savory
Mm,
flavor? Nah, it just
right.
can't, right?
Eh,
And that's the challenge, right? That's the
yeah.
problem.
Well, and the pizza is a amalgamation of like four different ingredients. And it is man-made. That is man-made. Man has found out you take flour and you take tomatoes and you take cheese and you take some spices and all of a sudden you put them together and you roast it. It's like, whoa, this is really good.
In oil. Yeah.
Yeah, there's some oil in there.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get back to what when I eat. When I eat alone, it is difficult for me to have mouth orgasms. When I eat with other people, and for some reason, it's whatever the conversation, it's the sight, it's the smells, it's the atmosphere, we're in a restaurant, we're sipping some wine. That is like an entire like sensory gasm. There we go, sensory gasm.
Okay. But it's still mainly the food. When you go out to eat, restaurants have one main goal, is to give you a mouthgasm. That's the goal of a restaurant. Make money and give mouthgasms. That's it. There's no other reason for them to exist.
You're right. You're right. Okay, so what about like a place that sells food and they have a band? Well, why is the band there? The band's there is to accentuate the mouth orgasm?
Nope. The band's there to get you there the first time so that you're willing to experience the mouthgasm, and that mouthgasm keeps you coming back. That's what I think.
So that's, with me, some of these places that have the band, I'm not there to eat. I might be there to drink, sip something. Yes.
All right.
I'm there for the atmosphere. So I'm there for the visual. I'm there for the sipping, which is, I guess, a mouth orgasm. And I'm there for the audio. Like, wow, this band is good. Or this guy's really good. So I don't know. I mean, I'll take it back. I think that these places are there for you, not mouth orgasms, to spend money, however that is. 25 bucks in the door.
Sure.
Buy a steak, buy some wine, tip the bartender, whatever,
And just to be clear, I'm not against mouthgasms. What I'm concerned about is people that have 3 or 4 mouthgasms per day, because you wouldn't do that with anything else. You don't go to the movies 3 or 4 times a day. It's a treat. Okay. That's really what I think a mouthgasm should be. It should just be that kind of mental relief treat that you give yourself, but not always.
Why not live that way? As long as you're not hurting yourself, don't you want to live?
It's not special anymore. See, when you lose your mouth virginity, like that's special time. And then if you overdo it, you become an addict. And I just think this should be special.
All right. Have you ever been to a double feature movie, going to a movie theater and seen 2 movies back to back?
Yes.
Have you seen?
But rare, still rare.
All right. How many times have you seen 3 movies back to back?
I don't know that I've ever seen 3 movies back to back, to be honest.
I think 4 is the most that I've done.
4?
Yeah.
It's a marathon, they call it.
Yeah, that is. My point is, I don't do it that often. In fact, now I don't do it. However, theaters are opening up, so I do plan on going to see something on the big screen. I really enjoy the trailers. That's what I enjoy.
You do.
Take a whole 2.5 hour movie and put it into 2 minutes and 12 seconds, and it's like, yeah,
that's impressive.
So I think what you're getting at is that if it happens all the time, we get tired of it, and we get tired of it, then we don't have the mouthgasms.
Or we don't appreciate it. I just want us to appreciate having a mouthgasm as opposed to just all the time.
Yeah, I think what you're saying is,
and it's healthier.
Why would it be healthier to live?
Well, mouthgasms are usually associated with unhealthy food. Usually unhealthy food, though.
Hey, my tomatoes.
You're Banks. You're an exception to many things, including your mouthgasmic tomatoes.
Okay. I just don't know why can't you live? I get it. If you live at this level all the time, you have to come down at some point. Yeah.
Yeah. Would you stay in your house without your pants on constantly? You just can't. At some point, you got to be in society. You got to be normal. You got to experience health and nutrition. And
wish we had more time. Why do we have to be normal? Why do we have to be normal?
Good question. We'll have to try. Well, let's try that one another time. That's a deep one.
You just brought it up. Why?
I did.
Why?
I did.
Why be normal? I mean, granted, you're living in a society and you have to play within the rules. I get that, and we try to push. I mean, we don't like to be told what to do, so we try to push it. However, in your mind, in your thoughts, in your art, in whatever you create, why not be normal? Why not be as specific to you as possible?
Fair enough. Fair enough. I probably shouldn't use the word normal. Healthy. I will stand by healthy though. Being part of nature, treating your body well like a temple. That we got to do.
All right. I'm Banks.
I'm Josh.
Odd places going
I roll.